up, DC, DMV, Commanders Nation, worldwide? We got some breaking news, and it ain't good news. For a second game in a row, quarterback Jayden Daniels will be out against the Atlanta Falcons, and so will, with grown injuries, tight end John Bates, wide receiver Noah Brown, and the infamous quad hip flexor, groin, sports hernia injury, Terry McLaurin will also be out. Your starting quarterback will be Chota, Marcus Mariota, back in Atlanta. They calling this a revenge game. We'll see how this goes down. And it's very surprising because Jayden Daniels was very confident about playing in this upcoming game at his presser on Wednesday. But let's listen to Dan Quinn as he talks about the injuries for Jayden and Terry McLaurin.
Maybe some guys that we'll rule out today. That'll be John Bates, Terry McLaurin, Noah Brown, and Jayden Daniels. And I know you'll want to discuss with Jayden. He's working incredibly hard around the clock to get back. Ultimately, doctors haven't cleared him just yet. Has a quad injury, just again working as hard as he can to come back from it, and he's putting all the work in. So I would say he's week to week as we're hitting it, and see what next week brings and where he's at. And most of all you guys know when it turns, then it goes quicker. So we'll just see where he gets into by next week.
Listen, man, I don't know about Bill, man. I think this is like his third injury. I know he didn't get a lot of bump last year because he only played one game because of his NCAA paperwork. I did talk to someone close to that organization that he was practicing every day. He was a scout team running back, so it wasn't like he wasn't doing anything. But he's kind of banged up. He runs pretty explosive. He doesn't duck any wreck, but this is a tad bit concerning. It's something we're going to have to kind of keep a close eye on as the season progresses. So that's something to keep an eye on. And then I don't know, man, Dan seems a little snappy. He seemed a little snappy. Yeah. Like you listened to his response when they asked him about Bill.
He did a good job today. Yeah. Good practice, yeah.
So that sounds positive then.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, really just we kind of lean into the medical side on that. So for him, I'm not surprised that's the response. Also from the work that he's putting in. So I'm not surprised that he would say, man, like I am feeling good and feeling ready, but it feels like it's around the clock. He's been ready to put all the work in that he needs to.
Yeah, man, Jayden was very, very confident. One of the things that he said that it wasn't like a pleasant acceptance of him not playing, right? And you can imagine what that was this week because he didn't even practice. Well, he wasn't out there during the media access today at practice like last week, but he did come out after the media left. So I don't know what's going on, but I know he's going to. If last week wasn't pretty, this week was was worse for sure. Can you imagine what next week will be? Right, primetime game. He's going back home for the first time. Woo, that's going to be something. But we're definitely going to see what that. Like how this progresses because yes, he did practice more this week in a limited basis, which he didn't do last week. So we hopefully that he has some full practices. And like Dan Quinn said, he's eager to get back out there. And I can just imagine, right? Even Jayden said the other day, nothing has changed. I can still get here early. I might have to do a few more things, but he's prepping to get out there and play. I know this kid really, really wants to play, but sometimes or most times or should be all the time, the coach's job and responsibility is to protect the players, right? And for the medical team to be on one accord with the coaches and not the players. That is very, very important. The medical staff needs to be on one accord with the coaches and not be just letting it slide. Because this is about, like, it is about the future and not so much 2-3 years down the line because we want to win now, but this is about week 5, week 6. This is not so much about week 4. You know, we want you to finish out this season without any more hiccups. So we don't want to put anything on the line. I know he still has a brace on. He was moving better, but he wasn't moving full speed. So they probably want to see him work without the brace. I wonder what that is mostly about, him working without the brace. And I know it's about lateral movements, and you want Jayden at 100%. And you also want to make sure this line is ready for him to come back in a sense where he doesn't have to move as lateral as much and try to escape the pocket for quick pressure. So give this offensive line another week to work together, build cohesiveness against a good pass rushing Falcons team. So I'm excited about this week. I'm about to put in my projections, but I'm also going to be on have a show tomorrow, I believe, just to kind of talk about some other things with the game coming up. But listen, this has been a midday report from the pressers and from practice. I appreciate your time. I know your time is very valuable. Some of y'all probably eating lunch. I don't know, but I know your time is valuable. You spend time with me, I absolutely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.